Hi everyone, my name is Ola Zaccheus, writing as Ola Zaccheus. We started to read this book last week, True Leader. I'll be doing the second part of it this week. As discussed before, you can get my books on several ebook platforms such as iTunes, Amazon, etc. So today we'll be reading chapter 3 of True Leader. And chapter 3 is phases of leadership. Phases of leadership. There are many aspects of leadership that is not apparent to a lot of people. Indeed, some people question the reasons some set of people should be in leadership positions. When a leader emerges, what is seen is a leader. Often, the process by which the leader emerges is ignored. That process is the leader's story, while the leadership and the associated promotion and perks of office is the leader's glory. There is always a story behind every glory. The life of David, the second king of Israel, is an example. Though anointed a leader, he did not attain the leadership immediately. He went through a time of seasoning before he obtained the kingdom. Likewise, a true leader often goes through many phases before he or she attains leadership. These phases are explained below. The unknown phase. Sometimes a leader goes through a period where he is unknown, unrecognized, and uncelebrated, despite the gifts and skills he possesses. Obscurity can be a difficult pill to swallow for a leader, for a person who perceives that he has the gift to lead. The unknown phase is a test from God to determine whether the leader will wait for God's time or make things happen for himself. The unknown phase also happens to keep a leader safe until he matures and can handle the responsibility given to him. When a leader goes through the unknown phase, it is very hard on the ego. For leaders that are submissive to God, it is an opportunity for humility to be birthed in them. Unfortunately, many leaders don't handle the unknown phase well. They kick at the obscurity and purposely put themselves out there. And it is very easy to do this, especially in the social media age we live. There are so many social media platforms in which a leader can choose to be known before his time. The unknown phase is also a time of preparation. This is the time during which the leader is prepared for the position he's meant to occupy. Leaders are shorting this phase by putting themselves out on social media or other platforms in order to be known, may struggle with their effectiveness as leaders because they have not been adequately prepared. Another phase of leadership is the skepticism phase. David had been anointed king in place of Saul. Saul saw the gift in young David, but he would not give him any position of prominence due to jealousy and insecurity. When all of Saul's efforts to humiliate David failed, he sought to kill David many times. While David and his men fled for their lives, they required financial assistance from a wealthy landowner called Nabal, who, instead of assisting, spoke contemptuously about David. In 1 Samuel 25, verse 10, King James Version, it reads thus, "And Nabal answered David's servants and said, Who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master." One of the phases a leader goes through is skepticism. There are people that will doubt the grace of God upon his life. There are people that will question his new role. There are people that will think he's getting too big for his boots. This skepticism will be more pronounced from peers and family members. No wonder Jesus said in Mark chapter 6 verse 4 in the New King James Version. A prophet is not without honor except in his own country, among his own relatives, and in his own house. When people are skeptical of your leadership, there is no need to be angry or be in contention. If your leadership is of God, the grace of God will shine forth, and all those skeptical of the grace of God on your life will see it clearly. Don't expect the naysayers to come to you to acknowledge anything, but they will indeed see the grace of God on your life. Because of time, we're just going to do one more phase of leadership today, and then we'll continue this book next week by God's grace. Another phase of leadership is the excitement phase. The people of Israel were excited to have a king installed over them for the first time. When Saul was crowned as king, all the people shouted, "God save the king." We can find this in 1 Samuel 10, verse 24. I suppose that is why the British national anthem, which dates to the 18th century, has "God Save the Queen" in its lyrics. There is usually an excitement phase when a leader is installed. However, criticism soon follows, because even the best leaders cannot please everyone. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful. We'll continue reading this book next week by God's grace. Thank you. Bye.